my noodle technique that I learned from my buddy, Uncle Roger. And don't miss it. Stay tuned. Welcome again, my friends and friends from all over the country, from all over the world, particularly from the Bay Area, as well as Canada, New York, New Mexico, San Diego, everywhere. Today, I'm going to share with you something that I learned from my buddy, the famous, the funny Uncle Roger. And we share a lot of wonderful technique about noodling around, including hand pull noodle. So today, it is noodling around with Chef Martin Yan, whom I learned from Uncle Roger. Okay, Uncle Roger was so gracious and so wonderful. He flew all the way with his crew to come up to my kitchen right here, and we share how to make noodles. And also, we share our love of egg fried rice. And I think his egg fried rice is just as good as anybody else. In fact, I think he likes mine even better than his own. Egg fried rice from Uncle Yan's mother. Anyway, today I want to show you how to do 3 wonderful dishes. Nowadays, everybody know ramen noodle shops are popping all over the place. Japanese noodle, ramen noodle, Vietnamese pho noodle. Everybody loves noodle, particularly a big bowl of piping hot noodle with a broth, savory broth that you can make at home in a cold winter night. And in fact, in the summer, in the heat of summer, when you're hot and sweaty, you should have a big bowl of noodle and sweat it out, and you cool yourself down. Because when you are sweating, you eat something hot and spicy, you sweat even more, and it cool you down. Okay. Now here, this first one is I want to be the noodle, Sichuan style noodle soup with Sichuan peppercorn, Sichuan pickle. This is Sichuan pickle, go right here. And I also have, look at that, purple onion and thinly shredded bell pepper and premium quality. You can use any beef, you don't have to use this. This is actually Wagyu, okay? It's really good, a lot of marbling, okay? And of course, I'm gonna show you how to put the dish together that you don't even find in the restaurant. Now, in fact, in this particular dish, they traditionally serve noodle in a big bowl of broth with Sichuan pickle, as well as shredded pork. But today, I combine the best quality beef. We're lucky, we got so lucky, and we live in America, okay? In fact, you can have shredded pork, shredded chicken, shredded beef, but this is the whole piece of beef. People in America love beef. Where is the beef? The beef is right here, okay? Now, first of all, I want to do this first. I'm going to have these. Heat up the broth. Now, how do you get the broth? Now, normally you go to a Japanese restaurant or Vietnamese restaurant, they have a lot of spices, they have a lot of beef bones and beef shank and all of those, and they bring the whole pot of boiling broth to a boil, bubbling boil for 6 to 8 hours to get the maximum umami and all the flavor permeate into your broth. But here, look at that. Every week we make our own broth. We'll put in the freezer. This is our broth right here. This is, you can sometimes have a chicken broth, and in fact this is actually chicken and pork bone broth, okay? And then I put the broth, and I bring the broth to a boil. Look at that. I bring a broth to the boil right here, okay? Beautiful. Let us bring to a boil, okay? In the meantime, I'm going to show you what I'm going to have, okay? I'm going to have the noodle. This is the egg noodle. The Japanese and the Chinese have noodle like this. It's egg noodle. Let me take a look. You see, egg noodle, like the wonton noodle. The wonton noodle is skinnier than this, okay? Skinnier than this. And then you bring it to a boil. Let me show you. You bring it to a boil. See this? You bring it to a boil. You can do this ahead of time and put it in the fridge. After you boil them, rinse it with ice cold water and then put a tiny bit of sesame seed oil. They don't get stuck. See this? You see this? And then right before you use it, it might get stuck a little bit and you put a tiny bit of extra sesame seed oil to separate them, to loosen it up like this. Look at that. Beautiful. This is done. We'll set this aside, okay? In the meantime, I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, it doesn't take too long to turn this big broth to a boil, okay? And then I'm going to put this. I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? This is how you do it. Here, I have some green onion. This is purple onion, or regular onion. I put it on the side. Look at that. Put it on the side. You see this? Put it on the side. Now, a lot of time in the restaurant, they are not able to do a lot of things that you can do at home because labor costs and the staff don't have enough staff. But you do it at home. You can make, you notice that every single dish I present is a little bit nicer than most of the restaurant. Not all the restaurant, okay? You gotta go to the Michelin star restaurant. And then I have some shredded bell pepper. Give sweetness and color. Sweetness and color, okay? And then this is beautiful, okay? This is how you do it. And then I have the Sichuan pickle. The Sichuan pickle, I actually, let me show you what I'm gonna do. I actually use a tiny bit of sesame oil and sugar. A tiny bit of sesame oil and sugar. I rinse it a little bit because sometimes it's a little bit hot and too salty. I rinse it a little bit and then I will mix it with a tiny bit of sesame seed oil, okay? Tiny bit of sesame seed oil and a tiny bit of sugar, like this, okay? Just a tiny bit, because it's salty and spicy, so I tone it down. I put the thing right here. I sprinkle all over. I love this, okay? And then I put some extra one right over here, okay? And then, now this is the trick. I don't know how many of you have used this. This is heat-treated, fermented garlic. When you open it up, it looks like this inside. Look at that. It looks like a prune, nice and sweet. Looks like this. And I slice it up. Now, this is something that you never see in any Chinese restaurant. I literally show you how to put a dish together that you can compete with the Michelin star restaurant, okay? Look at this. This is like a prune. It gives color contrast, and also this is very popular in some Chinese and Korean restaurant. You have to go to Korean store to buy this, okay? And then when this is done, now this is how we do it, okay? I'm going to get the broth. Look at this. Now the piping hot broth. Can you see that? Now let me show you. Can you see this? Can you see that? It's boiling, boiling. Look at how beautiful. Can you see that? Look at that. See it? Boiling, boiling. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this broth slowly, hot boiling broth. Okay, put it here. I do not want to destroy the garnish that I have done. So I put this all together. Look how beautiful. Very, very hot, bubbling hot, bubbling hot. Everybody in Asia love noodle soup in a broth, okay? Now, the next thing I want to show you is something that you probably never seen, okay? Let me show you, okay? And then I will quickly, now you can use a shredded chicken or shredded pork, but I use this wonderful Wagyu beef. Look at that. I thinly slice this. I put it right here. I just only do one side, okay? I just do one side. Look at that. This is really, really amazing. Guarantee that you don't see this in any Chinese restaurant, okay? Or Asian restaurant. I only do it one side. Look at how beautiful. Nice, one side. And then I line them all up right here. I line them all up right here. This, yeah, medium rare because this is so beautiful. Ragu beef. And then, see, because later on when I put the broth, the hot broth on top, it will continue to cook this a little bit, okay? Now, it's done. And then I'm gonna put extra hot broth on top, and I'm gonna show you the difference in color, okay? Let everybody see. Everybody, I'm gonna move these. Whenever you do things at home, you should always clean it as you go along so it's nice, okay? Now, this is hot broth. I want you to see the change of color, okay? This is raw, medium rare, okay? And this is medium rare. Let me show you, okay? And then, yeah, camera go down a little bit. You can see a lot better. Can you see that? And then, I put, look at the change of color. Look at that. Look at this. Can you see that? That's how you do it. Then you don't want to overcook them, okay? Now, this is the key. I'm going to show you how to make it unbelievable, okay? I have cilantro. Chop up some cilantro, okay? Cilantro. And then a tiny bit of green onion. And a tiny bit of cilantro on this side, okay? Look at that. Look at how beautiful. Look at this. Look at that, okay? And then, now, the final touch. The final touch. Let me show you how beautiful, okay? Now, as I said, you'll never see anything like this in any restaurant. That's the reason why I want to share with you. Cooking, you're the magician. You're the artist. You create from simple ingredients. Then, look at that. I have a sun's sign up, okay? I put it right over here. Look at that. Okay? And then I have some furiyaki. You can buy them in Japanese store or Asian store, okay? Furiyaki right here. Can you see that? And basically it's seaweed. And then I sprinkle this and show you how to put the dish together. Look at that. I put it right here. Okay? And then I put some green onion, curled green onion, right on top of here. Look at that. This is Michelin star. And then I will hot oil. This is red chili oil. Look at that, red chili oil. You can actually buy them in the market. And I put this right on top, red chili oil. And for those who love hot and spicy food, that's my masterpiece right here. I want you to take a quick look at this. In the meantime, I would like to find out if there's any question, particularly for those who ask questions, or anybody's birthday recently or this month or this few days. Any birthday, lady and gentleman birthday, any birthday. Yeah. Normally they use pork. You know, I know that a lot of people don't like pork, so I use beef, you know. In America, everybody loves a big piece of beef, okay? And then also, it is protein. So this is actually very healthy. And the broth is homemade, right here. Homemade broth, right here. See this? Homemade broth. So all of these are amazing. You just have to create a dish that you don't normally see. This is so savory, texture contrast, color contrast, and flavor contrast. So we're gonna put this right over here. In the meantime, we ask more questions. Look at how beautiful. Look how beautiful. Oh, 3 birthdays. You know what? For the birthday, who are the birthday lucky when a birthday person? Parent, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. From my garden. Happy birthday. Look at all this from my garden. Happy birthday to all 3 of you. Look at that. This is all for you. And then, because you have birthday, now, I am going to give you this. chopstick set, okay? Always carry a chopstick. Walk softly and always carry a pair of chopsticks. This is good for traveling. You have your own chopstick, your own fork, and your own spoon. For all three of you, we will send you this beautiful Yan Can chopstick. Walk softly and always carry a chopstick. Okay? For all three of you, the birthday people. Oh, I'm so glad that we are people selling. Now, let me introduce to you. Today, there's Yan Can Cook with Unlock, and I am so proud and so privileged and so honored to team up with the wonderful people in Unlock and bring you wonderful menu as well as dishes, because the team at Unlock, they have done such a good job taking care of the community, particularly senior. And then this is the new book, My Asian Kitchen, and this is Best of Yan Can Cook. And then of course, I have some other gift. So let us find out who wins the raffle today. Oh, Avery, how are you, Avery? Avery, oh, I'm so glad. Avery, Folsom is right next to Sacramento. In this is actually a suburb of Sacramento. And I went to UC Davis. I'm an Aggie. Are you an Aggie? Are you an Aggie? I went to school in UC Davis. And in fact, I just donated 4,500 copies of my cookbook to the Davis Library. So we're going to be at the Chuck Martien's Legacy Library, like a collection. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to show you. Everybody have no question about this, right? Now, for you, you're going to have a copy of My Asian Kitchen. Okay, in fact, this is Unlock. It's from Unlock. You see this? Unlock. This is wonderful book published by Unlock. And then you're going to get one of these. Look at that. My signature knife. It is sharp. And then also a finger guard to protect your finger. A lot of people don't realize. Now, none of these are available in the market anyway. When you cut, you put your finger here, you protect your finger. This is why they call finger guard, okay? Protect your finger. So this one is for you from Folsom, California. And then in the meantime, any other question before I move on? The black garlic, that's shown in the we'll show you the black garlic. You can buy them in all the Korean store. Now look a little bit like this. Look at this. In fact, you probably can find it in the Whole Food too, because it's very popular. Black garlic, okay? Black garlic, okay? You can see this, all of these black garlic, okay? And inside there, it looks like this. Can you see that? See this? When you open it up, yeah, one clove. This is a special species of garlic. When you open it up, it's actually one clove. One clove, like this. See this? And then you can actually eat them like prune. It tastes like prune, nice and sweet. Okay? Now, you don't believe me? No, you don't have to, but we put it in the refrigerator. Look at this. Nice and moist and soft, like prune, okay? And I eat it. It doesn't smell too much garlicky, so I can talk to everybody. I can talk to you close range. Yeah. In fact, it has some health benefit too. Garlic is good for you. This is fermented garlic. You have all the wonderful. This is actually heat treated, fermented. That's the reason why they induce the sweetness from that, and it tastes like prune, dry prune. Okay. Good. No more question. We move on to the second dish. And a lot of people have gluten allergy, gluten free. That's the reason why you should go to Asian restaurant, Chinese restaurant, Thai restaurant, Vietnamese restaurant, Cambodian restaurant, because they serve noodle made from rice. Look at that. If you have noodle, you have gluten allergy, this is what you do. This is made from rice, okay? And this is how you do it. You buy them like this. It's called the rice stick noodle. Rice stick noodle. Can you see that? Rice stick noodle. Inside there, it looks like this. Okay? Then you soak them in water and soften it up. Yeah, you soak them up and you let it soften and you separate them. And then you can put in boiling water and let it cook for a few minutes. Look at that, look at that, look how beautiful. Look at that. And this is for stir fry. And sometimes they're a little long, then you can use a scissor to cut it up. Let me show you. I will show you whenever I talk about ingredient, I want to show you. But this is perfect, look at that. See this? This is, I kind of cut it up with the scissor a little bit because this way it's easy to stir fry because I'm going to stir fry this, okay? So the next one, I actually stir fry this pancit. This is actually, yeah, you just put in cold water and loosen it up. Warm water is okay, don't need to use hot water. And then after you stir it, you dump it in boiling water and let it poach for maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, maximum a minute, okay? So they're nice and soft. And we'll put it, and the other ingredient I have is actually chicken. I shredded the chicken. Okay, look at that. I cut the chicken into shredded chicken like this. Okay, can you see that? Okay, let me quickly show you. And then I also have onion. I also have cabbage. This is the head cabbage. And then I have carrot, and I have tiny bit of lemon veg. Okay. Now this is how we do it. I'm gonna show you, everybody. This is a piece of chicken breast, cut it to thin slices. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Every single one looks like this. Can you see that? Okay? I'm going to do it this way so you can see it. In my and then I put it here. I'm gonna marinate this chicken, shredded chicken. Okay, I marinate shredded. You can use pork. You can use chicken. How many of you know that pork is probably the most popular meat around the world? All over in Germany, all over the world, in Japan, Korea, all over Southeast Asia, and China, and everywhere you eat pork. Okay, and we marinate this. I marinate this a little bit with a tiny bit of soy sauce, okay? In the meantime, add a tiny bit of, and I heat this up into stir fry. Tiny bit of sesame seed oil and a tiny bit of cornstarch, okay? Always use cornstarch to marinate. I always do, okay? Look at that. Look at this. So beautiful, okay? Do this ahead of time. Don't do it in the last minute. Do me a favor, particularly you don't have time. I always do this ahead of time and put in a Ziploc bag or a small container like this. And then, why I use this? You can also use Napa cabbage. I use this because when this is cooked, it's nice and sweet and texture is wonderful. And all this together give flavor contrast, color contrast, everything. Okay. And then I will show you also. Once you heat it up, we're going to do it, okay? The noodle is ready. This is all cut up. And I'm going to show you how easy to do this, okay? And, another ingredient I'm going to use is because this is very popular in Philippines, in a lot of other places. This is sugar cane vinegar. Sugar cane vinegar. You can use any vinegar. They're not as choking, not as sharp edge as the distilled vinegar. So Asia, yeah. This is you can use palm vinegar or coconut palm vinegar, and then I put this vinegar right here. Very nice. It's made from sugar cane. Can you imagine? So that's why each session, I try to introduce something that you normally don't use. That's the reason why. That's why I'm here to share with you all the wonderful people got the service from Arnold, a lot of senior and a lot of pre-senior and young people. This is for everybody, okay? I'm gonna show you how easy it is. I heat this one. I use half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of oil. Then I'm gonna stir fry this marinated chicken, okay? The cornstarch, I always use cornstarch. Why? Because cornstarch helps to seal in the juice, okay? And I put this right here, okay? Can you look at it, look at it. Beautiful. Now, chopstick is actually a very good cooking utensil. You don't believe me, ask Uncle Roger. In fact, when Uncle Roger's here, you know, according to Asian tradition, I said, Uncle Roger, I am senior than you. Please pay respect to Uncle Marty. So Uncle Roger said, oh, Uncle Marty. Amazing, okay? When this is done, I also put the cabbage and carrot, because cabbage and carrot cooks a little bit longer, take a little bit longer. Cabbage, and then carrot. And then, finally, I put the onion, okay? So this way, you got texture contrast. The key about Chinese cooking is about texture contrast, color contrast, and flavor contrast, okay? That's the beauty. And then you toss, uniform cooking. Look at that, look at that. Can you see that? Make sure you catch it. Don't let it loose. You chop it up. I put it right here. Look at that. The cilantro. And then I put the vinegar, the soy sauce. This is soy sauce. Soy sauce. Okay? This is my favorite fish sauce. Very umami. I have a few drops of fish sauce. Yeah, a tiny bit of fish sauce. This is good. Available in a lot of places like Whole Foods and things. And then when it's done, when this is all done, I put the noodle back, because the noodle, you don't want to overcook the noodle, okay? It looks so beautiful. Now this is perfect. Yeah, this is perfect for. Look how beautiful. This is a little vinegar, little oyster sauce. Look how beautiful. Okay, and then green onion. Look at that. Now this is perfect for those people who are allergy, have gluten allergy, okay? And then when it's done, we set it aside, we turn it off, always turn it off. This is all done, okay? Let me show you how to present it to the whole dish, okay? How to